Who is the best? Xenodaddy, Rex, or Shulk? So if you've been playing Future Redeemed, you know that this has been fan service in manners that we weren't expecting. We get to play as Future Shulk and Future Rex in this side content. And let me tell you, we weren't expecting to actually see these characters all grown up and having the future that they have now. And knowing with some of the essentially confirmed portions of the game via some of its lore they dumped on us, we can confidently say that Rex is Glimmer's father and that Shulk is Nicole's father. And based on their short interactions, which they do not explicitly say, but their interactions say pretty much give you the confirmation you need, as that these are two different daddies that take their parenting skill in different aspects that most of us would probably expect. I mean, some of us might have expected, some of us might have not. Like, for one, Rex is definitely a stricter dad than we would have expected. We thought he'd be more carefree, but this is my theory. Now, as a Xenodaddy, I think that Rex had to experience some hardships growing up, because again, Rex was a younger lad when we were playing in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Rex had to experience a certain aspect of life that he knew was gonna be a lot more of a harder tone for him to accept, because Rex had gone through a lot as an early lad, but he also was learning to make those mistakes as he was growing up. So in my perspective, Rex probably saw the world he was growing up in and realized it's hard out there, and to make sure that he prepares his lineage on this future world that he already more or less built, because this is a new world that off on Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Titans come together. It's a whole new world, no more having to fight over resources, but I'm pretty sure there's still a struggle of some kind. Rex knew that their kids had to be ready for any fight, because he's experienced a lot. He experienced the architect telling him what the world was before, and that this world is essentially no different. They're still fighting out there. So, you gotta be strict, you gotta be stern, and you gotta be ready to give whatever you can for the future. So Rex, probably being carefree, had to still keep that intention of wanting to explore the world, but knowing that the world is a scary place. So for Rex, seeing Glimmer was probably more of a spoiled child by Pyra, because Pyra's probably very loving mother at this point, and I'm assuming Rex knew that, and he knew he wasn't going to make Pyra be more strict in that case, so he had to step up and take the role of the Xenodaddy, of being able to take care of Glimmer, knowing that she will fight some harsh realities in this world. So for Rex to be like, hey, I want you to explore the world, but just know this is gonna be tough out there. Yeah, just letting you know, it's gonna be tough, real tough, and I'm gonna show you the ropes on how things are out there, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it to you, because they didn't sugarcoat it for me, and you're gonna learn firsthand that this is a tough world, and I need you to be a tough girl for me, because Xenodaddy Rex, he wants the best for their child. So Rex, being a strong man like Van Damme, probably looked up to Van Damme and Zeke, and realized, some of the lessons they taught him was through harsh love. And you see that in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where everybody confides in Rex confides to them and letting them know that he gives up, and then they gave him a little bit of tough love, which he needed at that time, because we all believe that, when Rex is down at his lowest level, he will still fight, but you still need that tough love to be reminded, hey, this is the path you chose, and you will find a way to get there to the very end and make your own path. So Rex being the Xenodaddy that he wanted to become, because he never was a parent, so he probably had to learn to just make the most out of it, and he had to learn firsthand that your figures, the figures you believe in, sometimes make you question things in a way that you hadn't thought before, and sometimes that tough love requires you to be strict and stern. You may not want to hear it, you may not even like it, but later down the road you'll appreciate that, hey, you know what, they meant it a certain way, they wanted you to learn from it, and you definitely can see that Rex probably wanted to have his lineage, his kids, to be better prepared for the future in the outside world that nobody knew what to expect moving forward. Now, moving on to Shulk, on the other hand, I believe Shulk was much more of a attentive / stonewall kind of Xenodaddy. Fiora was probably more of the motherly type, always with her child. She probably paid attention to Nicole whenever they were home, but he would have interest in ways that she would not know, but still support him. And that's where I believe Shulk would come in. So Shulk, as a Xenodaddy, he would probably help Nicole and probably give his insight and his input in things without necessarily overstepping his boundaries. So he'll be right over Nicole's side, try to telling him what he's learning and what to explore in the world, but not necessarily guiding him hand by hand. Fiora would have probably been more motherly and more, I guess, clingy, trying to tell him what to do, or at the very least just be more alongside him. Where Shulk, I feel like he would be more a step away and looking at him to see what he does. Shulk would obviously still care, but he wouldn't necessarily give him the answers. He would like more or less give him guidelines and points to what he's trying to achieve or what he's trying to look for, rather than actually giving him and spelling out the answer. But Nicole just was Shulk Jr., and Shulk probably just wanted him to figure things out on his own and didn't want to. Shulk probably realized early on that if Nicole is going to go out and explore the world, he would want him to experience it somewhat similarly to what he did in the past. And realizing that Nicole was probably just another smaller version of Shulk, he probably just, would wanted to oversee his progress in learning what he can and cannot do, and just guiding him so that Fiora can probably just be there for support. Yeah, she's probably like the most supportive. I mean, if any of these were real characters in like a real story, because I'm just spitballing. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but this is just based on my experience with the games. I would just say if Fiora was the motherly type that I'm thinking of, she would probably want to give Nicole all the answers, and Shulk would be like, no, just let him figure it out. He got it. He's a smart lad. His puberty is kicking in real quick though, because I mean, like, let's be honest, he sounds a lot deeper than Shulk. So I don't know. Uncle Dunban must have been in those genes, because like that puberty hits hard for that boy. And he actually sounds more like Shulk's dad than he probably sounds like his son. But I could be completely wrong. I mean, you guys probably have your own ideas regarding what the parents were for them. I don't know what them growing up would have been like, but I'm pretty sure you all have some ideas what it would have been like, what the loving family of Pyra, Glimmer, and Rex would have looked like. Maybe they're out adventuring, or maybe they just stayed at home in Fawnset Village. I don't know. Maybe Shulk, Fiora, and Nicole just stayed in Dunban's house and just made machineries, or they went off to the Bionic Shoulder to like discover more about the fog beasts and try to see if they can recreate that. I don't know. I mean, if we get a game on that kind of stuff, that'd be amazing. I would love more of that. But these are just my ideas and speculations. This is just fun little ranting about the Xenodaddies, to see what they were like and what kind of parents they. Because I mean, we only got like essentially snippets of what they could have been. But I've ranted long enough about Xenodaddies. I don't know why I just like saying Xenodaddies. It's just kind of fun. So if you made it this far, just in the comments, just put hashtag Xenodaddies, and that will allow me to probably think about Xenodaddies more, so I can keep saying Xenodaddies. And write down in the comments what you think Rex and Shulk were like as actual parents, like, you know, living their normal life. Were they more in tune with what the characters were in Future Redeemed, or you think they were probably more lax or more stricter? Who knows? Write it down in the comment section. And again, write down Xenodaddies, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Later.